Self-development. We'll do a couple of those, and I want to show you how to develop what it is you want to do from who you are and what your skills and capabilities and what you like doing. I really want to know more of that than what do you like? What are the basic things that you really like to do? I'll talk a little bit about the issues of protirement. I'll talk about boredom and what boredom is. I call it the boredom continuum. I'll talk about how important relationships are. We really need to continue our relationships. A lot of us, when we retire, leave our relationships at work. Another thing that's very important are primary relationships, husband and wife relationships. Sometimes a husband or wife retires and is home, and all of a sudden changes their relationship. It changes their relationship totally, and how to cope with some of those kinds of things. And then we'll talk about another one called intent, but I don't know if we're going to get to that. Okay, so now we're going to go to page 3. Page 3. Okay, so you've all basically introduced yourself at this point. I'm going to go one more time on what, so everybody hears it. Your name, how long you've been retired or whether you're retired, and what you did before, just to make sure everybody knows. Let's start again.
Albert Ogier, retired for 1 year. I owned a auto parts route for 35 years. Before that, I was a sales manager for a uniform company. So I think my problem is that I miss people.
Right.
Because I've always been with people.
I
And
got
all of a
you.
sudden, I'm not with people anymore.
I got you.
I have a big void there. That's my void.
I got you. That's very important. Patty Lee?
I'm Patty Lee. I was a assistant at a senior center for blind seniors, and I'm retired about 5 years. And I don't mind staying home. He's the energizer bunny, and I'm not. So it's like,
It's very interesting, and again, this is not necessarily the truth, but most women are better at retirement than men. And one of the reasons why, do you have hobbies?
not a lot. I
Not a
need to
lot.
find something.
What do you enjoy doing?
So that's, again, a question. I like to sit and read a lot.
Right.
I like to help people.
Okay.
I do volunteer at the
Great.
food pantry, and I help take care of a Down syndrome. He's a teenager now.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I do a little bit of enrichment, but I
Good.
need a little more.
And many women are satisfied with that kind of thing. Men, however, are a little bit more antsy and need to get out and do some stuff. Now, the thing is, what stuff? And this is not, by the way, this is not a rule, but I have found in general that this is the way things are. Yes?
Yeah, my name is Art. I've been retired about 12 years, and I taught school for about 40 years. And I was here anxious to hear what you have to say.
What do you do?
What do I do now?
Yeah, what do you do?
Very little. Hang around, read books, come to the library, hear these discussions like you have.
Okay,
Go to Florida several months a year.
okay,
And that's about it.
terrific. Tell us again.
My name is Ron, not retired. I work full-time for Edie's Ice Cream.
Okay,
I've been in the food business since 1955.
and what do you do in your free time?
In my free time.
Don't have any free time.
Well, when I'm off, sometimes I go to my house in Pennsylvania,
Okay, where in Pennsylvania?
a little town called Gouldsboro,
Uh-huh.
which is right near...
I used to live in Spring City,
No, this is near Scranton.
Spring, okay?
And I work.
Okay. What do you do when you go to your house?
I sit and watch the animals.
You sit and watch the animals? Like animals?
Love them.
Okay. I want you to hold that one. It's very important that you know that. What do you like about animals?
Just to watch.
Just to watch, okay?
I'm not a hunter. I don't,
Any
you know.
particular type of animal that you like to watch? No, all of them.
But we get deer that come right up to us,
That's
turkey,
great.
Woodchuck.
Wild turkeys, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Pennsylvania, I have friends who unfortunately shot wild turkeys, but
No,
yes. Yes.
I was working as a nurse about 28 years,
Okay.
and I retired 2 years ago.
Okay.
After the retirement, I went and worked part-time.
Okay.
During part-time work, I got some accident because I was cutting the bushes, I chopped up my 4 fingers.
Oh,
This is why she couldn't sit still at home.
oh my God.
So she tried to do.
So it is not really fully mature. I would say I still cannot grab.
She can't make a fist.
But I don't want to sit home.
What did you do when you were working part-time?
Part-time, I was working as a nurse.
Oh, you were working as a
Okay,
nurse?
right,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What kind of a nurse are you? What kind of?
I was general for everything. Then I specialized. I worked in a
Psychiatry.
psychiatry. After that, I got a promotion. I was working as a community mental health nurse.
Ah, okay.
So I retired as a community mental health nurse. After that retirement, I went for work part-time 4 days. And in that time, I chopped up my fingers.
Oh my God.
I thought my husband was away from me, so I thought I cleaned up the bush little bit, you know. I did almost all.
That's why we
The
had
last
children.
one, you know.
And the son told her not to touch the whack.
Okay, so we're gonna leave gardening out of this,
Yes.
right?
Actually, gardening, they both, my dad and my mom, had beautiful gardens.
Oh,
And they
that's
used to have the
wonderful.
tomatoes, the carrots,
Wow.
everything.
Terrific.
Anyway.
Joe, what do you do?
I'm a medical student and an MBA healthcare management student. I worked as a medical technologist. I had my bachelor's as a medical technologist. I worked for 6 years. I took a long leave of absence just to finish up medical school. So I'm in between both medical school and healthcare management right now.
Oh my God, so is that what you're gonna do, healthcare management?
Well, that's healthcare management's just on the side for now. Medical school, I want to eventually go into psychiatry.
Ah,
So in the future, I don't know.
I got it.
Yeah, long, maybe 3 years from
I
now.
was a therapist. I started out life as a therapist, so.
As a psychologist or?
No, I was
social
an
worker?
occupational therapist, but I
occupational
worked in
therapy. Very
psychology.
nice. Okay.
And then I went into banking, crazy, right? I got to do a lot of different things. Okay, so the objectives of this group are actually to help you begin to work out some of the things you're going to do and you want to do, to help you find out how you get to know what you want to do and what you're all about. We'll talk a little bit about what happens when you make the transition from work to retirement. We'll talk about this model that I developed called the Protirement Model. And then I'll talk a little bit about 7 steps that you can do. One of those steps is how to find your passion. Okay? And we'll try a little bit of that today, although we don't really have enough time to do a full passion discovery journey. But we'll talk a little bit about how to do that. We'll talk about the importance of exploring and experimenting. When you retire, it's very important to regain some of the things that you probably did as a child. Children explore and experiment. That's how they discover what they like to do. When we get older, because of the intensity of work, we have a tendency not to explore anymore, especially what we want to do because we're doing what it is that we need to do to earn a living for ourselves and our family. But one of the important things here is to begin to explore and experiment once again so that we can begin to look around and not take the first thing that comes along. It's very important to do that kind of thing, to do discovery. We'll write a personal mission statement today. Has anybody ever done that? Written a personal mission statement? Let me ask that question again. I asked it before. Nobody? Okay. A personal mission statement is very important because it enables you to give yourself the direction you may never have had before in developing whatever you were doing. A self-assessment, and we'll do a spheres of self-development. And then we'll talk a little bit about the issues of protirement. What does retirement mean? In the old sense of the word, retirement means to withdraw. It's at the bottom of page 3, withdraw as for rest or seclusion. Anybody want to withdraw for rest and seclusion? I mean, that's really what the dictionary definition is, to withdraw. And as a result of that, many people do withdraw. One of the things that Al said is that he needs people around, that he'd like to have more people around. Well, when we leave work, we leave our friendships behind, a lot of our work friendships behind, and our connection to people. In retirement, it's essential that you replace those relationships with either new relationships or